Hey, Kerry, what's going on, Kerry?
So look, man, we got Mr. Anthony here, we got Mr. Ruben here. Today we're about to do a walkthrough so we can give a bid on this project. But look, I want to also acknowledge the realtor that has it under contract. She didn't want to be in the camera, but we're going to put it in the camera today.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Her name is...
Taisha Taylor.
Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm a local realtor in the southeastern Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
I've been doing real estate for about 4 or 5 months now, and I love it. These are my favorite type of projects, investments. So
Cool. So how can they find you real quick?
you can find me on Facebook at Taisha Taylor. That's my name on there. And I'm also with Keller Williams Central.
Okay. All right, y'all. So you heard it. Look, man, we about to go ahead and do this walkthrough real quick. So you want to come ahead. You want to go ahead and follow me. Come on. So Ty, what's your Ty? She's the one that's the one that has this license. I mean the
building.
building.
Ty has the building.
Under contract. Okay.
Yeah, so they brought us in to want to do the renovations here.
Okay.
So we did a walkthrough on last week, and I thought the greatest thing to do is just to have you be involved and your team involved, because this is a nice project.
Yes, sir.
You know, and we looking to support whatever goes on in this neighborhood. So folks think that Detroit is not coming back, but it is.
Yes, yes.
And so what I wanted to do is, like, you know, even through this first unit right here, because the building has been vacant for a long time, so you see the plaster and everything is just at its worst. And so, you know, most people, they see stuff like this and they say, oh, no way. I don't even want to get involved. It's too much work. So, you know, that's not nothing I want to be involved with. But anybody with vision or anybody with hope for the city will look at this and they'll say, this is a chance to revive.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing. That's what we see. And so that's the reason why I wanted us all to partner together to do this walkthrough, so that way that we can access everything, look and see what has to be done. We know that all the plumbing has to be done.
Everything.
The electrical has to be redone. You can still see that most of the foundation is still good. It's just a lot of TLC that's needed. All right.
So literally, this is going to be completely gutted to the studs.
It's going to be completely gutted to the studs, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
so
there'll be
know
nothing left, but you won't see anything but wood.
Okay, got it.
Everything will be gone.
So we're going to need a lot of dumpsters. We're going to need a lot of dumpsters.
A lot of dumpsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, all the doors, all the casing, everything is coming out. Even in here, you see where, you know, look at this. See, this just comes from being vacant for so long.
So a lot of people who follow me and things like that, when they see me in these buildings like this, this massive, they were like, why you just don't tear it down and build ground up? Well, it's going to be very hard to find a building like the structure that it is right now with all these bricks for, you know, depending on the price.
Historical value.
That as well. But it's, like I said, majority of this building is very, very strong. What would you say? You think this building is very strong structurally?
Structurally, this building is very sound.
So like I said, so it would be worth it to put the time into doing all the brickwork and things like that, the structural work, you know, because this is a nice little bones and structure building. Just a teaching moment right here. So once things is gutted, what is the steps next, like when it comes to things you should do first, like the electrical, the plumbing?
Yeah, always the electrical and plumbing first.
Okay.
So, you know, while you have the walls open and exposed, then the next process is getting the electrical and plumbing done. So you bring them in, you let them do their rough electrical, their rough plumbing, and get that all situated. And then after that, now you get your drywallers, and, you know.
So because I didn't know this at the time. So those that may be watching maybe want to know like, what is rough plumbing? What is rough electrical? Is that like doing the stubbing them out, the plumbing? And doesn't include like the pieces that you put on with the fixtures
and all
and
of
stuff?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's basically everything that has to be behind the wall.
Got you.
Is what the rough plumbing is, or is what the rough electrical is.
There it is.
So anything that has to be behind the wall, the boxes, the wiring, and then with the plumbing, whether it's PEX, copper, galvanized, anything that's behind the wall is considered rough.
Rough, got you.
Yeah, and so you have all of that set in, and then once that's set in, then now you have your drywallers come in. Well, you know, if it's any framing that's have to be done, then that would be first and foremost.
Okay.
But we probably won't have to do a lot of framing. So that's the reason why I didn't mention it.
Okay,
but
frame restructuring.
Yeah, once that's done, then you got your drywallers, you get them to come in, get all your drywall up, your taping, your mudding, and then from there, then you get your primer coat on. Then after that, you know, you got to, well, before that, I'm sorry, because there has to be an inspection.
Yeah, get your inspection
so the
done.
inspection has to be done. But with this building, the first thing is going to have to be the roof.
Securing
and
the roof.
Structure on the outside.
The roof and the structure on the outside, that's the first thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be the first thing.
So yeah, man, so this type of information we're giving you, people pay money for this. So you're getting it for free game. So hey, take some notes. You're hearing it from people that's been experienced. How many years you been experienced in this business?
20 years.
20 years. How many years you been experienced in this? 20 years. So you hearing it from 2 decades. I'm 32. So when I was little, so they've been around for a minute. So whenever wisdom is speaking, experience is speaking, listen, take notes. With buildings like this, because I currently own one, and one of the things I think that gives it more value is, you know, the lots that's next door, even if it's across the street, directly across the street from it, because with a unit this size and there's this many units, like what, 26, I think they're gonna make it 25 units.
So they need the parking accommodation.
There you go, the parking accommodation.
You guys probably will get first dibs on lots like this.
Exactly, we'll get first dibs on it, man.
That's nice,
And that right there will literally, because like you think about it, back in the day, too many people didn't really drive. They had like, they used the bus for transportation and things like that.
Elmhurst bus actually goes down.
See what I'm saying?
Comes down up the street here.
Because here in Detroit, I didn't understand, like, why ain't too many parking spots for these apartments? Because back then, most people didn't really drive. They either rode a bike, or they had the bus route, or maybe taxi. I don't know, but that's one of the reasons.
Cabs are big.
Cabs are big.
Then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had buildings and stuff like this.
Yeah. So what year was this? Let me see. Let me check on my app to see what year this was built, because you would know.
Like in the 1920s.
1920s.
Yeah.
Here it is. It says 1928. Year built, 1928. So that's when the cabs and stuff were real big, and the bus routes. So yeah. So one thing for me is, like, when I get excited when I start seeing people around me building and stuff like that. And also I spark the fire too. So once I start building on certain properties, I start doing some work to it. It sparks up some energy around, and the neighbors may like, I need to do this in my front yard, I need to do this in my roof, or whatever like that. So things just start to happen whenever you start, you know, investing money into a certain area, and it also brings up the value in the property too. Whenever you see other people fixing their properties or building or rehabbing, whatever it is, you know, it just helps revitalize Detroit. You know, so it's one building at a time, one house at a time, and it takes for people like us to come in and spark the fire. You want to add to that?
I was just going to add briefly, you know, like when I started the renovation over there on Warrington, the house over there in University District.
Yeah.
And you should have seen how so many of the neighbors was coming to ask me, are you guys selling the house? I said, yes, the owner is selling the house. Oh, do you know about how much he's selling it for?
See?
I said, I think he has it listed at starting at a base price at $325,000. And you should see the ecstatic and happy faces on these people, because that brings up the property value of their houses and stuff when we fixing up these houses over in these neighborhoods and stuff. So like you say, one building at a time, one house at a time, you know what I'm saying? And absolutely, I always say this, one day at a time, you know what I'm saying? And we can get things done. We can get things done, you know? Each one reach one, each one teach one.
Let's get it.
That's my motto.
That's what we're doing right now, teaching.
That's right.
All right, yeah.
All right, y'all, so we just finished doing the walkthrough. As you can see, this building needs some work, but hey, I love this type of work. So I want to also just thank you, Anthony, for allowing me to come be a part of me and my team, and thank you, Ruben, for coming.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Charles.
Yes, sir.
Charles is Anthony's business partner here. And look, man, it's gonna be more to come. You guys want to stay tuned, and because there's a lot more. What I really loved the most about this today, what I loved the most about it was that we got the knowledge. I got some knowledge. I learned something. One thing I always tell you guys is, want to stay a student. Don't be a know-it-all. Don't be a know-it-all, but be a learn-it-all. So today, that's what we just did. We learned some stuff. So thank you again. You got anything you want to say?
No, that's it. You said it.
Anything you want to say?
Hey, learn it.
Learn it. Anything you want to say?
Say one thing. Stay green, you grow. Turn brown, you die.
Oh, yo. So this is Kerry Lampkin, Possessing the Land. We out.